I'm going to talk about why the Lent Coachathon that I'm running is going to be so valuable. And it's going to be, I thought it would be a little bit different what I was going to talk about, but what I am feeling called to share is something that feels like it needs to be said. And it feels like there are other people who are struggling with the same thing. So that's what I'm going to talk about. And what I'm going to talk about is shame. So let me just backtrack actually. So the coachathon that I'm running, if you haven't heard about it, I'm running. So Abiding Together, you might have heard of them, the Abiding Together podcast. They do a Lent book study every year. And this year they are doing The Way of Trust and Love by Father Jacques Philippe. And it's a retreat based on writings from Saint Therese of Lisieux. And their studies are always so beautiful, and they have resources for doing group discussion groups. And I have always wanted to do a discussion group that follows along with it, but that has coaching. That is the twist. And so what I want to talk about is this is why, like, this is what the coaching, the additional value that it will bring to not just following along, like reading the book, following along with the podcast. This right here, this is an example of how we're going to take the work deeper. So what I have been noticing over the last few days is all these places that I am telling myself I should be doing this or I shouldn't be doing that. And should's twin sister is shame. I heard someone say that once. And how you navigate shame is so important because it leads us to hide. So places that it's been coming up for me. Listening to the Abiding Together episode this week on scripture, pretty much the whole time I could feel all of this shame coming up, everything they were talking about, and all I could think was, yeah, I agree and I believe this, and scripture has not had the place in my life that it deserves. And I felt so much shame around that, and I could feel it. I could feel myself not wanting to look at it. It was so painful, and just wanting to shut down or make excuses and say, well, this for this reason and this reason and this reason, that's why it's been hard. So that's the first place. The second place is this morning I chose to let my children sleep in because they were very tired instead of going to mass and confession like I had really wanted to and I had planned to do. And I really wrestled with, I'm not trying hard enough. I should have still gone. It just felt so much, was making it mean so many things, felt so unsettled. And then the third place that I've been noticing, so we're a few days into a new routine, school has started, and in the last few days, like, it's ridiculous, we'll be off the schedule by a few minutes, 5 minutes. My brain's shouting at me, you have to get back on track and you're failing, and just feeling horrible about myself. So like I could go on, but my brain just loves to go there. It loves to focus on the ways that I'm failing and to make it mean that I'm a terrible person and that I will never be good enough and just all of that lovely stuff. And the reason it does this is because it shuts us down. It leads us to play smaller. And the enemy loves this because when we feel shame, just like Adam and Eve, they hid from God. Like, that's the instinct. It's to hide. It's to withdraw. And we hide from ourselves, but we also hide from God. That's why the enemy loves it. So we like aren't as open to hearing his voice. We hide from the one who can actually do something about it, like help us to heal and grow and actually change, and also the one who can speak into the lies that we're believing, speak the truth over us. And so it's just the most counterproductive place that we can be in if we let the shame be like running the show. And the answer is something that Father Jacques Philippe talks about a lot, and it's one of the chapters in The Way of Trust and Love, being reconciled to our weaknesses. We want to be cultivating radical acceptance for our weaknesses, for our poverty, for our littleness, and not in a smallness of soul kind of way, but if we can really, the more we can accept our littleness and be the more it opens us up to be dependent on God's greatness, and then we can step into participating in that. So, excuse me. So that the times when we are confronted with our brokenness and our weakness, that they don't make us lose our peace or take us away from the Lord, but instead they become an opportunity to draw nearer to God, to actually experience even deeper intimacy with Him. And all of this is really hard to do. It is really hard to have this attitude to our failings and our weaknesses. And that is the value of being able to share your specific struggle with somebody and get personalized support on it, and to be able to learn from other people who are going through similar things and realizing, oh, I'm not the only one. This is part of the human experience. And not so that we can just be like, well, there's no reason to change, I'll just stay the way I am. No, so that we think if I'm hard on myself, I will change faster. But what's actually true is if I'm hard on myself and I say things about myself that are not true and that do not speak life over me, we go further into, we go further into the opposite of life. We go further into death. So I'm being interrupted, so I'm just going to have to finish there. But this is why you want to join the Coachathon. Doesn't matter if you're already doing some other study, I don't mind. You can come in, get support. We're all going to be struggling with the exact same things. So whether you are doing some other program and you don't want to maybe read the book or listen to every single episode, that is okay. Even just coming for one call, getting one nugget, like you don't know what that one shift could be that changes everything for you. This is not you don't have to consume every single thing in order to experience transformation. Like, God can do a lot with very little. So don't think of it as this is another thing I have to keep up with. It's something for you to use as it best supports you. But I also think that if you want help with it, I can help you keep up, stay engaged. So that's something that we can coach on. And I think that if you do engage with all of it, like the more the better, the more higher level thinking that we engage with, the more support that we get, the more we collapse timelines and make progress faster. So that is what I have for you. I hope that you will join us. Go to the link in my bio and sign up. There's already an introduction video in there. It's really awesome, and other supporting resources, and I'm putting together more things, drawing from one of Father Jacques Philippe's other books called Time for God. So I just have a lot of things planned. It's going to be really good. You don't want to miss out. All right. See you in there. Bye.